Okay, then the first, according to the syllabus, first I'm going to start from communication. Right? To do that, in this lesson I am doing in this way. Actually, this Zoom classroom is not enough to communicate with you. Only this Zoom application is okay for face-to-face classroom. Then throughout the course, I have to do some assignments, then some quiz. Also, I want to give you my notes. Also, I want to get your feedback. Right, those types of communication should happen through you and me. Therefore, this Zoom class is not enough for that. Therefore, I am going to introduce you to a specific learning management system. Right, learning management system that is called Edmodo. All of you have to register first. All of you have to register with this Edmodo learning management system. Once you registered, then I can communicate better with you. Right? Then I can upload my all the presentations, PDF or any other videos to the Edmodo learning management system. Then you can view from your point all of these things. Right? Then otherwise it will not way to pass in any notes, feedbacks, or any other types of assignments. Actually, WhatsApp is another alternative, but WhatsApp also not such complex. However, if you have any WhatsApp group on your by collecting your students there, please add me to your WhatsApp group also. Right? Therefore, sometimes there are some announcements, some types of announcement I can share with you. Therefore, if you have a WhatsApp group with your students, then please add me for this for your group also. Right. Then the first thing is to create the learning management system. Actually, I am showing you to the view here to load how you can load your learning management system. Actually, it is internet based. Therefore, you need internet connection with your computer to work with the Edmodo accounts. Right. Follow these steps to create your student account. When we discuss about the Edmodo learning management system, actually there are two ends. Right. The one end is teacher part. Right. The teacher part is done by me. The other part is student part. Your role is playing the student role. Therefore, in the Edmodo learning management things, in your part is the first thing is you want to create the student account. Right. I will show you to the path to create this account. Actually, how to create this student account also you can find in the YouTube as a YouTube video. I will provide the link to that. Please follow this link after this lesson. Please follow the link and then you can create also. Right. Then in short, I will show to the steps to create this account also. No need to create just now immediately, but after this lesson, when you are coming in the next week, you must have this student account. Right. The first I'm going to show you the step how can you create your student account. Therefore, I'm going to share the screen here. Right. All of you can see my screen here. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Then.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. The first thing
yes,
is.
Can see, sir.
Yeah. Now I know you. All of you can follow me. The first thing is open a web browser. From this web browser, go to the Google search. All of you know these steps, how to go Google search. Once you get this Google search, then type Edmodo in the search bar. In the search bar, type Edmodo. Here, this is the way to create your Edmodo account. Right. Therefore, in the search bar, type Edmodo, then search it. Right. Once you search, then you can see the list of links here. There are many links you can see in this view. Select the very first one, this part, Edmodo. Click on the Edmodo. Then I click on this Edmodo. Then you have to wait 1 or 2 minutes until load the page. Right. This is the first screen of the learning management system, Edmodo. This is web-based. Once you get this account, right? Once you get this account, that first before creating the student account, I will show something on the teacher account, the things in the teacher account. Therefore, I am the teacher. Then in this case, I am the teacher. Then I have a teacher account in the Edmodo. Therefore, I will show you to the features of teacher account. Right? Therefore, I am going to log in here with my teacher account. Right. First type the username, then password. Right. Once you give in username and password, then click login. Right. Once you get familiar with this screen, teacher account, then you will receive some idea about how to work with Edmodo. This is teacher account. Then all the classes I am working, I am involved with. Then in this view, you can see all the classes I am involved with. Right. In this account, here you can see at the top there is a menu. If you want to see my classes, then click on the classes here. Classes. Once I click classes, then it will upload. It will show all the classes I involve. I am creating separate classes for each and every subject. You are a separate class. Right here at the top, you can see. I think all of you can see this one. Business System 2. This is the class I am following now. Right. There are some other classes I am doing. Also, you can see in this window. Now I am following this one, Business System 2, 3205. Then if I want to know all the details of the this class, that means who are the members, what are the assignment I provided to the students, then what are the student feedbacks, what are the grades obtained, all of the details in the classroom activities you can see here from this view. Only I can see that. Right? It's the teacher view. Then I click here. Right. Once I click on that, then I am inside the business system class. Now I am in the class. Right? Here at the top, showing the title. In the sidebar, there is some 3 menu, post, folder, members, like that. If I want to give some announcement by clicking this post, I can give some announcement for you. Right? If I have a nice announcement to give only for your class, then I am going to this business system class and post it. Then only the members of your class can see. Right? Then second thing is folder, this one. Right? This is the place where all the resources I upload. Right? This is the place where all the classroom materials I uploaded. That already I created the folder called week 1. This is the things what I'm going to do today. Right? It is under week 1, communication system. Once you click here, you are access to week 1 folder. Right? You are logged into week 1 folders. In this folder, you have 3 activities, 2 PowerPoint activities and 1 web reference. Then later, once you create your student account, you can access to these resources. Then whatever the doing today, my presentation, my web references, all of things you can get from this folder, through this folder. Right. In that way, you can work with me. Then under members will show all the participants of this class. Still no participants, only teacher is available. Therefore, the teacher name is there, but no students here, because no of the students still registered, still not create the student account. Once you create, in your point of view, once you create the student account, then I can see all the accounts here. Right. That's the way opening and work with the student teacher account. Right. I think that's okay for you. Now I am going to show how to create the student account. Right. To create the student account, the first I want to log out from this screen. Right. Then again move to the first screen here. That you remember that I show again from the beginning. First, we want to go to the Google search. In the search bar, type Edmodo. Then click very first link here. Once you click that particular link, then you will get this screen. This is the Edmodo Learning Management System homepage or first screen. Right. Now you are going to create your student account. Then see how you can create the student account. Right. To create the student account, click sign up, this one. Right. If you have already your user account and password, then click login. Right. I know you don't have any user account or any password up to now. You are going to create this one first time. Therefore, you want to select sign up here. When you are creating your account first time, you want to click sign up option. Right. Therefore, I will show what happened when click on this sign up here. Right. Once you sign up there, then asking 3 options. You want to create teacher account, student account, or parent account. Right. In this time, what is your role? Can tell me, somebody can tell me what is your role here? What's the account you want to select? Then I am asking, when I am asking the question, please communicate, discuss with me. Then otherwise I am student account. Yes, right. Otherwise I am not, you are following or not. This is online, right? Therefore, when I asking the question, normally I am asking the question. In that case, please give the feedback, responses, right? Then I know you are following. Right. Okay. One student tell a student account. Your role is student. Therefore, select a student account here. Right. Once you click student account, then they are asking select your location. The location is here. You want to specify your country. Right. You want to locate your country here. Right. You can click this down arrow. Once you click down arrow, then it will show all the countries available in the world. From these countries, you want to select your country. You can either search also. Start typing SRI. Once you type in SRI, then automatically it will appear your country as Sri Lanka. Then click on Sri Lanka. Then click next button. Click on next button. Right. Once you click on the next button, then you will find another screen here asking some information. They're asking some information. Very first, they are asking the class code, class or school code. Right. Then during the class today, I will provide this school code or classroom code. Right. Then use that particular code when you are creating the student account. And still not providing it, that before end of this today's class, I will provide this school code. Right. Then when you are creating the student account, please add that particular code to here. Then only you can create your student account. Then once you given this code account, please don't give this to any others, the students who are not on your class. Because if you are giving this code, that particular the person who are not in the class, that particular student or the person can join with your class. Right? Therefore, don't give this code to any others. Please keep it that particular code in a safe place. Right? That later, before ending this class, I will provide that code. Right? Then username. Secondly, ask username. Give username as your registration number. Right? Registration number. Don't give any other things. Here it accept any other or any other name as a username, but don't give any other things. Give your registration number, full registration number. And for example, I am not familiar with your registration number. For example, suppose your registration number start with KUR, then type KUR. Right? Then suppose any separation using slash symbol, right? Slash. But when you are giving this registration number, please remember, don't use any special symbols. Right? That I put slash here, then below they are in red color indicating invalid letter. Right? Any slash, underscore, any @ symbols are not valid symbol for this name. Therefore, don't use any special symbols when you are giving your registration number. Only give the words. Right? For suppose you start with KUR, then suppose secondly, second part is your course HNDA, then just type HNDA. Right. Then finally, suppose your number is 3-digit number, there's 355, then give 355. Right. Then if you are correctly give, then in below it is indicate user available. User available. Right. If you are getting this message, mean you are correct. Right. Remember that point. As a username, give your registration number. Right. Then third, they are asking email. Email is optional. Right? Not you don't need to give. That means that alternative, optional, not must. Right? If you have one email address, then give it here. If you don't have email address, no problem. Keep it as empty. Right? That's a optional, not compulsorily giving the email to here. That's optional. Right? Then password and confirm password. You can decide any password according to your when you are giving your password, please give an easy one. There's a problem is when once you giving the password, you forgot it. Right? Therefore, if you are giving this password, please give easy one. That means telephone number or registration number, like that, identity card number. In that way, giving a easy one, then you can remember it. Otherwise, you don't remember it, then later it is very difficult to recover the password. Right. Therefore, giving the password and give the same password in the next field as a confirm password. Right. Once you give in those details, then below there is a button create your account. It will activate. You have to click on that. Right. Once you click create your account, then it will automatically create your student account. That's the step to create the student account. All of these steps I will record it and it publish as a YouTube video. That particular link I will provide you to before end of this class today. Then later you can follow the YouTube video and you can create easily the student account. Right. Okay. Can you understand? All of you can understand that one? Any problem? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Okay. Then I will provide that YouTube video link and the that particular class code before end of this class. Remind me when you are leaving, when you are before leaving. Right. Okay. Then next, I think that's okay for creating the accounts. Once you create these accounts, then we can communicate better. Right. All the assignments regarding this course, I will upload that particular learning management system. You want to give in responses, you want to give in answers through the Edmodo account, right? That must. I am not accepting giving assignments answers in any other ways. Right? Therefore, this is must. You want to create that account. Those who are not in the class today, please inform this message to create the student account also. Right. Okay. Then we'll move to the lesson today. That earlier I given some idea about what we are going to do this term. Our topic is data communication. Under this data communication, we'll discuss all the things. What are the networks, network types, then what is data communication, what the elements need to create the data communication systems, like that. There are many things. All of these things we discuss throughout this course. Right. The first thing we are going to discuss here, communication. Before we move into the data communication or computer communication, we should have some idea about what is communication. Right. If you have notebooks, you can write down the topics also. I am saying you to bring your notebook also. I give in a note. In the same time, I will give the note also. Therefore, lots of things you have to do in your point of view. Right. That write down the topic, data communication. Right. I am going to share with you a presentation. That particular presentation you will find on your Edmodo accounts. Right. Write down your topic, data communication. Right. All of you can see this screen presentation.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, sir.
First, see what is communication. According to your point of view, what is communication? Communication means a simple term, act of transferring information. Right here, giving some definition for communication. Communication means delivering information from one place to another place. Right? Normally, we know how to communicate. Right? Whatever the things that's also type of communication. I am giving instructions, notes, and I am giving lots of things from here. You are getting in your locations, whatever the sending from here. That is communication. Right? Here say communication is simply the act of transferring information. To transfer information, there should be a two ends. These ends, that one end may be a person or group of person, the other end also another person or another group of persons. Right, both of these ends they are starting, they can communicate, they can transfer information. Right, here look at the picture here, that's represent the way of transferring or exchange of information to people, between two people. Right. Look at the part here also. When discussing the communication, communication consists of three main parts. Right, to establish a communication system, normal communication system. Right, here not we are discussing, still not we are discussing any computer communication, no any data communication, this type of thing. This is only simple communication. To make the simple communication, we need three parts, right? These three parts that straight away we can identify by looking at the picture also. Can tell someone what's the three parts here. Right? The one part is the person who send in the information. The one part is person who send in the information. That's called source location. The other part is the straight we can identify the person who receiving the information. That's the end. Right? In the communication system, there should be a way to there should be a person to send the information, and another person should have to collect or receive the information. Right, then straight we can identify two parts. Then what's the other one that earlier I mentioned? We should have three components in the communication to establish a communication. One is source, or person who sending the information. Then secondly, person who receiving the information. What the second one? Second one is
Data.
the data or message. That's data is also correct, but we say it in data in the computer communication. That's the best word for in the computer. But normal communication, it's a message. Right, that's the three parts. Source means person who giving information. Unit that produce the message. Unit that produce the message. That may be person or group of people. Then message may be a set of words, numbers, pictures. It may be a body language, anything. Right? Any form of delivering things. Right? That may be a set of words, numbers, pictures, any animation, or any other email. Right? That email actually important when we are discussing the computer communication. Right. The other part is third part, destination. Unit that receive the message. Unit that receive the message. That part also a person or group of people. Right. Is it clear, that slide?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Now you can write down. I will give 2 minutes to complete here. First, write down the first under topic. Communication is simply the act of transferring information from one place, person, or group of another. Right. Write down this word. Then under that, write down communication consists of three main parts. Then write down the what is this three parts here. Right. Once you complete, then tell me. Right now, 2 minutes is over. I will go to the next slide. If you are not complete this note, then later you can complete it by looking at the video or the presentation that I already mentioned. That presentation you can find on your Edmodo accounts. Right, then by looking at the presentation, this one, you can complete your note. Right? To write down the notes, I will each time I will give 2 minutes in the class. Right? If you are not complete within that 2 minutes, then later you can complete it. Right. Okay, I think many of you complete that one. If you are not complete, then please follow the presentation in your Edmodo accounts. Right, then we'll move to the next slide. Write down here the topic categories of communication. Categories of communication. Here we are going to identify what are the categories available to communicate from one location to another location. Right. Here this says 4 types of categories. Right. Look at the 4 type here: spoken or verbal communication, non-verbal communication, written, and visualization. Then we should want to familiar with each of every these categories. Right. We should want to define these categories with suitable examples. Right. Before we move to the in detail discussion of these categories, please write down the different categories of communication include. Then write this for 1 minute. I think enough for that. Right. Okay. I think you completed the part. Here first I will move to what is about the spoken or verbal communication. Right. That name suggests that spoken. Then whatever the things we are talking with each other, spoken or verbal. Verbal mean we are use our body parts. Body parts mean your mouth to communicate with each other. That type of communication we known as verbal communication. This verbal communication happen face to face or through the telephone or radio or television mode. Right? Through these modes, that particular verbal communication can happen each and every time. No need to meet together peoples to establish a verbal communication system. It's okay to exist the people in remote locations, right? Through the telephone or any other type of media, they can use to make a communication, verbal communication. Right here, I'm giving some examples. These examples actually relate with the business organization. The people who are within the business organization, they are doing some type of verbal communication with people inside the business organization, right? That higher order people giving instruction to the lower order people, right? The middle order people giving some reports or some kind of information to the higher order people, right? In that way, some kind of verbal communication happening inside the business organization. These examples are especially relate with this business organization communications, that advising others. That's a verbal communication, verbal advice. Then giving credit to others, And if they are doing some correct things or good things, that higher order managers will giving credits to others, right? Then appreciate them. You are very good, your work is excellent, like that. They are appreciating. That's a verbal words. They are using words to that appreciation, right? Therefore, it's happen that can category under verbal communication. Then encouraging people, employees, encouraging, right? You are doing such a work per hour. Your work is very nice, right? Then in that way, encouraging. Then verbal words. They are using simple words to encourage them, encouraging people, right? Then training others to carry out task or role, right? To conduct the training sessions, right? People should gather in that case to conduct the training session. The training will provide that particular instructors provide the training, right? Then instructor and the people or employee get together, meet. Then they establish a verbal communication there. That's some examples to verbal communication or spoken, right? Now write down 2 minutes enough for that. If you are finished it before within 2 minutes, please tell me as okay or some giving some message. Okay, finish writing.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, that's good. That's we are discussing about discussed about verbal communication. Right. I think all of you get the things clearly. Then we'll move to the next part, next category. Right. I will move to the next category. I think all of you are finished writing here. That earlier I mentioned. If you are not finished it, you can finish by looking at the presentation after this session. Right. Then a second category, non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication. That means without using your mouth, there are other forms of communication also available. That is called non-verbal communication, right? By using your body parts, right? Except mouth, then communication happen, right? For example, suppose your hand, right? By moving or by up or down hands, right? those things giving some communication, some messages to others, right? Then think about, suppose your teacher asks you to in the normal classroom, suppose your teacher asks you to silent, right? Then teacher, what doing the teacher? Your finger up to your mouth and cross it. That's a non-verbal communication. Without using your words or mouth, they are giving some information to your to the others. That in that way, there are various types of non-verbal communication. You can identify those things here. Look at the statement covering body language, gestures, how we dress. Also, it is also important. Right? The way of you dress or act. Right? That's giving some information to others. Your way of acting in the classroom or in the your home or any other public place, right? Way of your dressing or acting is giving some information to the others, and even your sense also, right? Giving some information you in the what kind of person there, right? Here giving some examples: facial expression, body movement, eye contacts, gestures, touch. That's some examples, non-verbal communication. Through these methods, they are communicate, they are giving some information to others. Right? Facial expression means the nature of your face. Nature of your face says very different types of information. Right? By looking at your face, I can understand you are in which mood. You are in angry mood or you are in happy mood. In that way, you can identify. Then body movement, right? Then normally in the classroom, I know those who are in the last row, they are sleepy body. Then I can identify by looking at them, their behaviors, their body movement. All of these are represent their sleeping act, sleeping behavior. Right. Then eye contact also important. Right? By looking at the eyes of your person's eye contact. Right? That's also giving information. Then gestures and touch. Right. Okay. We look at some pictures of these the various types of verbal communication, non-verbal communications. Before looking at these pictures, again, write down the things. Write down the second category as non-verbal communication. Then write down this paragraph and the examples also. Right. Okay, finish writing.
Yes, sir. Finish.
Right. Okay. Then we'll see some pictures regarding this non-verbal communication. Here, I think all of you can see that's example for facial expressions. Your face, nature of your face. Right? They are indicating some different types of behaviors. Then some faces you can see surprise mood. Then some faces giving happy moods. Right? Then fear moods also there. Right? The facial expression. This type of facial expression give some information for others. Right? Then look at the second picture. This one. This is example for what? This is for body movement and postures. Right? There are body movements. By looking at this body movement, we can say some are sleepy, some have don't idea about that what going to next. Right? That's a type of information we can collect by looking at these body movements. Right? Then another picture. This is for what? Eye contacts. Right? Eye contacts by looking at the eye. Right? The way of contacting eyes, giving some information. This eye contact is very important if you are doing teaching, right, in a classroom. Right? A way of looking at your students, right, is giving some information. Then another picture. This is for what? Gestures. Right? This is gestures. Very happy mood. All are okay. Right? That the person who looking at that particular boy get information. He is okay. Very happy mood. That's a type of gesture. Then another gestures. These all are gestures using hand, right? Giving some information to others. Okay. Look at again these pictures. This is gesture. This is also gesture. This one eye contact. Then body movements and the facial expression. Right. Okay. Then I think you get idea about what is non-verbal communication. Right. Now move to the next category. Written communication. Written communication. This is the next most popular after the verbal communication. Verbal one is the most popular one. After verbal communication, this one is the most usable or popular communication method. Written communication. All the things you are write down on a paper, right? When you are write down the things in the paper in different formats, some information you are write down on your papers as a letter. And when you are writing the letters, also different types of letters available. It may be any letter related to your work or letters related to your personal things. In that way, these letters also you can divide it. Their information is different. And then your words, written documents may be appear in the form of emails, right? Especially you are using electronic media as the medium to send in the information, then you have to prepare emails. Then social media also very popular. You are using written communication to give in messages to others, this social media. Then also these words you can arrange as books, right? Books, magazine or articles in the internet. In that way you can create written things, written communication. That currently this written communication published in the online, Right? It's very popular, which led to an explosion of information and communication. Right. Here in the picture, say some examples for written communication. Then user manual. User manual is a kind of communication. Right? When you are buying new article, new things, especially a smartphone, maybe a TV. Right? The user manuals come with these particular devices. These user manuals giving how to work this particular device. Right? That type of information given through this user manual. That's written communication. Then emails that earlier mentioned it. Then memos. Then postcard. Right? Those are some examples for written communication. Right. Now write down the subtopic as written communication. Then write down this paragraph. Write down the paragraph here, which include letters, email, social media, books, magazine, the internet, and other media. Today, we can all write and publish our ideas online, which has led to an explosion of information and communication possibilities. Right, finish writing. Right, okay, I think all of you are finished writing this paragraph. Okay, finish writing, or still you need time? Please respond what I am asking from you.
Finished.
Right, finish. Okay, don't get upset when you are don't finish writing this one. Earlier I mentioned you This particular presentation you can find after in your Edmodo accounts. That way of creating your student account I explained earlier. Also, all the recorded version of this explanation available in the YouTube. That particular link I will give you before leaving this class. Then by looking at this video, also you can get idea how can create the this Edmodo student account, right? Then also that many alternatives I will provide to you get these notes and the lecture, right? By doing online, I know there are many difficulties you are facing. I also given some solution for that. One solution is use this learning management system, right? Through this student account, you will get all the materials I will use to explain this class. Then also recorded version of this lecture available on your available. It may be in the YouTube, right? Then later at the end of the today's lesson, after the end the today's lesson, then 2 hours after the lesson, you will the today's recorded version of this lecture available in the YouTube, right? Then you can access the YouTube recorded version. Then also you can follow the lecture there. Then another things then I want to discuss with you before moving to the next slide. Then what about your understanding? Is it clear? What about the speed of me? Is it okay for you to collect? And the language, if you need, if you want, and then I can explain some parts in Sinhala also. Is it or need? Then discuss or provide some feedback. At least giving something in the chat box also. Right, that one student says, excuse me, sir, if you don't mind, can you please show again all the slide from the beginning, because there was connection error for me. I will take some photos. Actually, these types of things not possible, because it is not possible to again showing all the slides again and again. That's time wasting. These types of errors may happen in your internet connection, maybe drop down. That's types of errors happening when you are doing online. And then I gave you the solution, the recorded version. You can follow after the lesson this recorded version of this lesson, or you can see this presentation in your students account. And in that way, you can follow the alternatives for that. Actually, no need to get the screen photos here. That particular presentation available in the students accounts, Edmodo students accounts there. Right, in that way, at least ask me the question through the chat box. Directly you can ask from here. What about the language? Is it need to explaining it again in the single also? Okay. Then no one talking about these matters. Then I assume that it is okay with English, all of you. If you have any doubts or any problem, you can ask me in English or either in Sinhala. Then I will explain it at that time. Until arise a problem, then I will continue in the same way. What about speed? Speed, is that okay in that speed, or more slow than that, or you need to get past? Speed is okay, right? Okay. Okay, some students response through the chat box, that according to that information, I will continue the lesson in the same speed and the same language from this point of view. Right, okay, I think all of you finished right in this paragraph here. Then therefore I will move to the next slide. Next category, third one, visual communication. What's your second cat? Right, then visual communication. That what meaning that visual meaning by looking at some pictures or images or some kind of animation. By looking at those types of things, we are getting information. Right? If you want to communicate something by showing a poster, that's under visual. You want to communicate something by showing image, that's under visual. Right? Or if you want to display communicate something by showing symbols, that's also visual communication. Right? That in daily life there are many visual communication happening between various various parties. Right? When you are walking on the road, we can see various types of symbols there, road symbols. That's also good example for visual communication. Right? When we are in the bus, also we can see some symbols there. Right? Then sometimes you can see disabled icons on the bus. Right? And then you get the idea that particular seat is allocated for the person who are disabled. No need to suitable to sit that in the seat. That type of communication get your mind by looking at that particular symbol. That's also under visual communication. And also some kind of maps also. By looking at the map, you get idea that particular location located where. Right? That's also under visual communication. Right. Here explaining what is about visual communication. Visual communication means by convey ideas using the visual elements. These visual elements may be a sign. Right? That earlier I explained. A sign means that it may be a road sign, or it may be any public sign, symbols. Right? Then typography, drawings. The typography means different styles. You can explain the things using different styles, different styles there. Right? I will show a picture, then you will get to understand what is about it exactly. Then drawings. You can use drawings to explain your ideas. Then graphic designing. Right? That mostly these days very popular, this graphic design. Through this graphic design, you can combine pictures or you can remove the things in the picture. Right? Then you can communicate your idea through the graphic images. Then illustrations, industrial design, advertising. Advertising is another way of communicating, visual communicating method. Then animation, electronic resources. Those are some visual elements, right? That by highlighted in yellow color, this visual elements part. Right. Then again, we'll look at some pictures for these symbols. Before that, write down the things. Right. Then I will give 2 minutes to write down. Then after that, I will start showing the pictures. If you are not finished, that again I remind these particular things you can find in the presentation. That presentation available on your student Edmodo student account. Right? After you creating, you only you can get this presentation. Right? Therefore, once you finish, just after finish this class, please create your student account. Right? Write down. Right. Okay. Then I think all of you finished writing the paragraph here. Now we'll look at some pictures that explain in these visual elements. Before that, look at the last statement. Humans have used visual communication since prehistoric times. Actually, this visual elements is not a new thing. That's that has a very long history. Prehistoric times, the people who are living in the long time ago, they are giving some information through the visuals, right? There's drawings. There are some drawings we can find some caves, ancient caves in the jungles or any a long area in the far areas, right? Then by looking at these prehistoric drawings, we can get idea about how they are living, what are the equipment they used in that time. Those types of information we can collect by looking at these prehistoric visual elements. Right, that's also important to remember those things. Right, now look at some visual elements here. First one, I think all of you familiar this one. Road symbols, especially when you are driving or walking along the road. These symbols you can see. All of these are in road symbols. Then another set of symbols here. Normally, when you are in the shops or in a hospital, in a public place like a bus, right? Then you can see these symbols here. Right here. This red cross indicate hospitals, right? When you are moving near a hospital, normally you can see this symbol. Then in the middle, then cross, black color cross, this in the middle, blue color P mark. What's that symbol? No parking. Then disable symbol there. In that way, I think all of you know these symbols, the meaning of the symbols there. Right. Then that's the one thing that I earlier explained, prehistoric drawings. Right. By looking at this type of drawings, we can get an idea what type of, which type of people living there, their beliefs, the equipment they are using, right? Those types of things we can get idea about the nature of these prehistoric ages. Then another thing here, that's a map, right? This map explaining the social media, use of social media in the parts of the areas of the world, right? That yellow, this Facebook indicate the blue color, right? This blue color areas saying the places where mostly use the Facebook. In that way, some communication, some type of communication you can get by looking at the picture here. That's the map type of visual element. Then this is called what is that I earlier told you about typography. They are using different styles to communicate something. Here different styles of text you can see. By looking at this type of typography, we can collect some information. Then this is called animation, right? So animatedly they are trying to say something, right? They are especially using hand to give in communicate to others, right? That's type of things called animation. Right. Then again, look at the pictures. This is the animation example for animation visual element. This one typography. This one map. This one prehistoric ages, the drawing. That's example for drawing that indicate the prehistoric ages. These are signs. This also sign, example for sign. Right, that's about visual communication. Right, now we'll move to the next part. now already we discussed that up to now we can summarize what so far what we learned. First, we identify what is communication. The communication we identified as a transfer data, information or messages between two parties. Then the parts or elements of a communication system, we identified three elements. That means sender, receiver, and the message in that way. Then we identified categories of communication. There are 4 categories: verbal, non-verbal, written, and visual. We deeply learned each of them, what is verbal, non-verbal, written, and visual communication. Right. Our next part is communication process. Communication process. Here we are going to identify in detail the components or elements of the communication, normal communication system. Still, we are not moving to the computer communication. Actually, our major area is computer communication. Right? Here only the introduction to our subject. Right? Our major area is data communication or computer communication. Right? Before moving to this major area, we should familiar with what is communication. Then communication process. Right? Here says message or communication is sent by sender through communication channel to receiver or multiple receivers. Actually, look at the red color words here. This indicate the some elements you can find in the communication process. Important elements: sender, communication channel, and receiver. Receiver may be multiple receivers. Right. Then by connecting these elements, we can draw a diagram. This is called the communication process. Communication process. Look at the diagram here. In the left corner, you can see sender. Sender, who is the sender is the unit that produce the message. Message, that unit produce the message. Once you produce the message, then it should go to a special process called encode. Encode. The message should encode. That later I will explain what is encode. Then encoded message should go through a channel. Should go through a channel. Then that particular channel direct the message to the recipient. Before getting it by the recipient, it should be decoded. Then only recipient can understand. Once you understand the recipient, then reply it, giving the feedback. The feedback also happen the same process. Encoded the message, then go through the channel. At the end, before getting the recipient, it should be must be decoded. Right. Then many barriers you can find when this communication happen. Right. That's the explanation of this particular process. Right. Here there are some important words. Normally encode and decode and the channel. That particular 3 words we should want to understand clearly what is about encode, channel, and decode. Right. The sender already we know, the person or unit we produce the message. Recipient mean that the unit or person who collect the message. Right. Now write down the words text here, message or communication, that word, and draw the diagram. This one. Right. I giving you 3 minutes to complete the slide. Right. Okay. Then I think finish writing and drawing the diagram here. That again I can explain this communication. This is called communication process. In the communication process, there are 5 important elements. Sender and recipients, that already we know what is sender. Sender is the person or unit who produced the message. Recipient mean the person or unit who collect the or receive the message. Right? In addition to these two, there are 3 important elements: encode, channel, and decode. Right? Here actually encode mean preparation of the message. Right? It should prepare which suitable to go through the channel. Before we send in the particular message, we should want to determine what is the way, what is the medium that we are going to use send in the message. That is called channel. Right? Channel mean the medium. What is the medium we are choosing to send in the message? That is channel. Then we should want to prepare our message that's suitable to go through the channel. Right? That we can't send each and everything through the channels. It should be prepared which suitable to go through the channel. That is called encoding. Encoding mean prepare the message to go suitable way that go through the channels. Right? Encoding. That for example, suppose you want to send a written letter to a person who in another city. That means remote location. Then the first thing is you have to decide what is the channel you are going to use. Right? Then if we considered about the channels, there are many ways to send in that particular letter to the remote location. Normally most popular one is normal post. Right? That's the channel. If you are select normal post as the medium, that is called as channel. Or if you want to send this letter somewhat earlier, then you can change the channel. Right? Then you can use fax or email. In that way, according to your applicability, you can select the channel. Then once you select the channel, then you have to prepare the message that's suitable to that particular selected channel. Right? For example, suppose you are select normal post as the channel, then you are write down the letter. That letter should prepare that's suitable to go through this channel. Right? Then how you can prepare it? How you can prepare that particular letter that go through the normal post? Then that's the written one. You want to write down the letter. Right? Then when you are write down the letter, you want to consider how to address in, how to prepare your first paragraph, how to prepare your second paragraph. In that way, you have to think about the preparing letter. Right? That if it is a personal letter, or if it is related with your work or your office, right? You want to determine it. By determining and by preparing those types of things called encoding the message. Once you encode the message which suitable to the particular channel, then you can send it. Then by taking the particular message by the channel, then this channel keep this message, send this message to the recipient. That's the responsibility of the channel, sending the message to the particular recipient. When accept the recipient, before accept the recipient, it should decode. Decode mean how understand that particular message by the recipient. How can understand way of understanding the particular message by the recipient. Right? That understanding is depend. There are many factors to depend it. The recipients, that location or time, that psychological state of the recipient, right? Those are the factors that depend on the decoding. Right? Therefore, that exact message sent in by the sender is not exactly exactly understanding by the recipient. It may sometimes change, right? Change is happening. That's depend on the psychological state, time and place that received the message, right? In that way, right? Then once understand the message, then feedback process start. That feedback process is the same as the sending process, right? That this time start from the end, then again encode, go through the channel and decode, right? There are lots of barriers within the channel, right? When we are posting the letter, it may be postal strike. That's the barrier, right? Then that particular message not go to the recipient exactly we expected time. This type of things happening, right? I think you understand this communication process well. Now we'll try get these ideas about this. You want to write down first channel under communication process. That earlier in the diagram you identified what is channel. Channel is the method used to transmit our message to recipient. Right here it is explaining channel transmit our messages to recipient, the way of transmitting, that medium. Right here giving some examples for that. Medium, if it is a verbal communication face to face, right? Then if it is a telephone call, if it is a that means communicate with the remote person, we can use telephone. Then text messages, that's the medium, right? Normally we know using our smartphone we normally use the text message feature, right? We are messaging to our friends. In that case the medium is text messages. Then email, internet, right? When discussing about the internet, all type of social media we can consider as medium for the communication channel for the communication process. The radio, TV, written letters, brochures, reports, all of our communication channels, right? Is it okay? Is it clear, that point? Any problem? Is it clear? At least tell me no or yes.
Yes, sir. It's
Right.
clear.
Okay. Yes, now yeah, write down the point. I will give again 2 minutes for that. Write down here channel, right? Now I think you earlier put communication process as the title. Under communication process you draw this diagram. Then we are going to write down the elements. First one, channel. Write down the channel and then write down the note here. Right, I think all of you have finished writing this one. This slide explain the channel. What is channel? That is, channel is a one important element under communication process. Channel means the medium, that medium you are using to transfer your data to another place. Right, here giving some example for channels: face-to-face, telephone, text message, email, internet. Internet include all the social media, and radio, TV, written letters, brochures, reports. All of these are examples for communication channels. Right, then we'll move to the other important elements of this communication process. Encode. Encode, here that earlier I explained, conveyed or prepared your letter which suitable to go through the particular channel. Right, then here giving some example: shortened form, letter form, news form, right, radio broadcasting form. Suppose your data you want to broadcast using a radio, then you want to prepare your data according to radio broadcasting, right? It's suitable to radio, right? If you are preparing your data as a letter, that's not suitable for broadcasting, right? Therefore you have to think about that, right? According to your purpose, you have to think what is the medium you are going to use. Transfer the data, right? According to this channel, you want to prepare your data. That is called preparing data. That is called encoding or encoder. Right. Then decode. Here it is clearly mentioned in red color. Decode. Right? Decode happening at the end. All the recipient should decode this data before accept. Before accept, you want decode. Then only clearly understand. Then decoding depend on the factors like psychological state or place and time. Sometimes that people are very angry. The situation is angry situations, right? In the while angry situation, that particular letter hand, right? They come in they accept they get in the letter. Then what happened? Their understanding is different, right? Suppose sometimes the people are in very happy mood. While very happy mood, they get in a letter. Then what happened? Right? That things are getting more. Right? Therefore, it depends. The decoding is depend on the factors such as psychological state or place and time. Then another term here, feedback. Right? The feedback has the same process. That's the acknowledgement process. The final part of communication is feedback. That means the receipts lets the sender know that they received and understood the message. Right? That feedback, that again, the receiver should send another letter, that particular message is accept or not. That's called feedback process. Right, again you want to write down these three: encode, decode, and feedback. Right. I give 2 minutes to that. Complete it. Right. I think it is finished. Right in this note here. In this slide, they explain the other elements of the communication process: encode, decode, and feedback. Right? Encode mean preparing the data that's suitable go through the channel. Then decode mean understanding this. Always this decode happening before accept the message by the recipient. Before accept, decode should happen. The factors effect to decode is depends on the psychological state, place, and time. Right. Then we'll see one example for that. Then you will understand clearly this process. Right. Look at the example here. This example is sending a letter. Sending a letter to a remote person who in a remote location. Right. Then you want to explain from sender, then what is encoding, what's the channel, then decoding, and the recipient. Right. Look at the diagram here. Then you will get idea how can send a letter from one location to a remote location there. Right. Here, this is the sender. Sender means the person who create the message. Person who create the message. Sender. That means a person who write the letter or person who type the email. That's the entity. Sender is the source entity, also known as source. Right here, sender letter. Here indicate letter. Sender write down the letter. Right now, this letter should prepare according to that suitable go through the channel. Right. The letter also known as a message. Letter also known as a message. Right. Then this letter should subject to encoding process. Letter should subjected to encoding process. That means this letter you should want to prepare according to that suitable go through the channel. Right. Look at the statement here. Prepare the letter suitable to go through the channel. Go through channel. Right. Then this is example. Some factors you have to consider when preparing the letter. According to these factors, you can choose the channel. Right. This addressing, when you are preparing the letter, you want to consider addressing, how you are going to address the letter, then how you are going to start it, then how you are organize the first paragraph, then how you organize the last paragraph, then how you are going to end in the letter. Right. You want to consider these factors when preparing the letter. Right. Once you prepare the letter, then it go through a channel. It go through a channel that is called communication channel. Right. Look at the example. Some examples here for the communication channel I gave there. It may be a normal post, email, fax, or phone message. Right. Once you prepared letter, right, you prepared this letter according to these factors, addressing start like that, then that particular letter you want to go send through a communication channel. That communication channel may be normal post, email, fax, or phone message. Right. Then decoding, actually this decoding happening after receiving the letter to the end. Right. Before accepting, first received, but before accepted, decode. Decode mean, look at the statement here, prepare the letter suitable to accept by the receiver. Prepare the letter that's suitable to accept by the receiver. Right. Then they have to consider the factors, decoding factors, psychological state, place, time, and the content also affect for the decoding. Right. That's the example I am using to explain it more clearly that communication process. Right. I think all of you get a clear idea regarding this communication process. Now I can summarize what I did so far. Initially, we identified what is communication. Then communication elements we can identify it as sender, message, and receiver. Then categories of communication. Categories we identified 4 categories: verbal, non-verbal, written, and visual. Then we learned each of them in very detailed with the images and the examples. Then after discussed about the categories, then we discussed about the communication process. In the communication process, very important 5 elements there: sender, receiver, then communication channel, encoding and decoding. Then we learn one by one. Encoding, sender mean the person who produced the message. Encoding mean prepare the letter that's suitable to communication. Then communication channel is the medium that we choose to send the message. It may be a normal post, email, like that. Then decoding means the prepare the letter to understand by the receiver. Then receiver. Right. Then this communication process I also explained using an example. Right. That's the thing we are going to discuss. Right. Then I want to do an activity. That's the your time. Then how we are going this activity? That's also maybe a new experience for you. I will provide the link through the message box. Right? I will give you a link through the message box. Then you want to click on the link. Right? Once you get the link to you, then click on the link. Once you click on the link, then it will move to a separate page. Right. In this page, they are asking your name, first name and last name. Please give the correct one. Correct first name and the last name. Then click the button below that, maybe OK or next. Right. Once you click OK or next, then it will appear the question. Right. All the question are objective type. That means you want to tick or fill in blanks. Right. In 1 word or 2 word. 1 word questions, mostly 1 word, and multiple choice. And the some questions are multiple choice, but answers more than once allows. Right. Only 8 questions, I think. 5 minutes allowed. Within 5 minutes, you have to fill the question and submit. Right. Within 5 minutes, you want to answer the questions and the submit. Finally, there is a button submit. Click the submit button. Right. Then after that, I will show you it is automatically corrected the same time. Once you click the submit, in the same time you can get your marks and the other what is the wrong answer, what is the correct answer. In that way, all the details report you will get. Also in myself, I can see your marks. Then finally I will show who get the highest mark, then who is the second. In that way, I can show the marks there. Right. Okay. Then I'm going to publish the link. Therefore, I'm stop the sharing here. Is it clear then my point? All of you get?
Yes, sir.
Right. Right. I think the message link is posted now. Can you see the link? Check your message box. I published it second time also. Right. It is in the message box. Check your message box. Now click the link. Click on the link. Click on the link. Then we'll move to the page. It asks your first name and last name. Please type your first name and last name. No need to give email address, right? That's optional. No need to give. Then click register. Once you click register, then it will appear the questions and start counting the time. Only 5 minutes there. You type your name, first name, and the last name. Please type your actual names, right? Do not send the fake one. Then click register. That here I am typing some fake ones, but in your case, don't type any fake names, first name or last names. Then click yes, register. Right. Once you click register, then you can appear your question set. Then counting the time, you can appear your time at the right top corner. Only 5 questions, 7 questions there. Right now, start it.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, what?
We can't log.
What's the problem there? Didn't get the link. The link is you can find on your chat box. Any question you can chat also. You can put the chat box, write down the chat box. Right. Okay. I think the number of students is 80. That's particular application allows only to give in 20 feedbacks. Right. It shows only 20 feedbacks. Therefore, you can't respond the answers again and again. Right. However, there are some 36 respondents here, but it all of are not showing. Only 20 is showing here. I will show the result who submitted. Can you see the screen? My screen here. 51 total respondent here. But here giving result the first 20, that means those who are sending 20. Right here, first name, last name given Charnika. Right. Score 2 out of 7. That means 28 marks. Right. Grade fail. This is not assignment. That's therefore not problem. Only an activity. Later you can develop. Dilanka Ashan 5 out of 7. Pass mark. That here, if you want to pass, you want to earn more than 50. Those who are getting more than 50 represent as pass. The others represent as fail. Right. Right. In that way, you can get the result also. Right. Okay. Any problems? Right. Okay. Then I think you get things clearly and enjoy with the lesson. First part is finished now. 10:35. We'll start half an hour from now again. Until that, you can get a break. That means 11:05. Right? We'll start the second session from 11:05. Right. During this period, if you can create your Edmodo student account. The instruction which I gave at the beginning of the lesson, if you remember, you can try with it. That I want to give you the code, no? Class code. Then I will share the class code. Wait a moment. Right. Don't leave. Wait a moment to get the class code. Right. Your class code is here. Can you see all of you? Can you see that class code? MNMDER. I will post it in the chat box. Until that, if you see this one, please write down on your books. Simple letters, all are simple letters. MNMDER. That's the class code. The class code I will post in the chat box. Now it is posted 2 times, 3 times I posted the class code there. I write down the class code here. During the period, this period, if you can try to make your Edmodo account. Otherwise, no problem. You can try it in later, right? Right. Okay. We'll meet again half an hour from now. 11:10. Right now, 10:37. I will start again the second session from 11:10. Right. Don't leave from the session. Don't leave from the session, right?
Sir, can't see the class code now.
Here in the check on your chat box. I posted it several times, 3 times there.
No, sir, me too. We can't
Okay, wait.
see.
It
No,
is,
sir. Can't see, sir.
Let's go to the individual one. Sorry. Now it is okay, I think.
Yes, sir, now okay.
Yes, I can see.
Okay, we'll meet from half an hour from now, right? Right. Okay. I think all of you are in the class now. Yeah, 68 of you in the class now. That I already informed you to, if you can create the Edmodo account. I saw some of you created that one, but you forgot some instruction I gave there, especially when you are giving the username, right? That I show you who the person who are created the account. Right? Can you see my screen here? Can you see my screen? Please response.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. Okay. Actually, you good in creating the accounts. 20 of you created that one. Right? But here, some of you doing some errors. Name not entered. Some of you not entered your name. Right? When you are creating the student account in one screen, they are asking your last name and first name. Please give your last name and first name there. Right? Now already created students, what you want to do is go to the profile and change your name. Right? Otherwise, your name is not entered. I can display like that. Name not entered. Name not entered. Only your registration number is here. Right? Can you see the registration number here? The first student. It is okay. It is correct. You are giving correctly that registration number, but not giving the name. The second student also giving registration number, but not giving the name. However, when you are giving registration numbers, all are different. Right? See here, the first registration number is different from the second one. It is different from the third one. I instruct you to give in your full registration number. No one giving like that. Right. Then 20 of you already made that one. Therefore, now it is okay. I accept that one. Please give your username as you like. Right? Give your username as you like, but your name should be your actual name. Please change the giving your correct name here. Right? Some of you giving the name correctly. Right? Here Sheshani Abesinghe, then Tilini Bhagya, Nadisha Hansani. Right? They are giving the name is correctly. Right? I want to appear your name like that. Can you understand that point? Can you understand that one? What's the error you made?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, correct it. Now, one student asked question here. How can download the presentation in Download Edmodo? Presentation in your account, student account, that already yes, that how work in the student account you can find in your that I already mentioned how to create a student account, that the you can find as a YouTube video. The particular link I gave in the chat box here. Right? Please check the chat box. Then you will find the particular video, YouTube video. Otherwise, I can add for your WhatsApp groups also. If you have a WhatsApp group, that early morning I mentioned it, please add me for your WhatsApp group. Right? I think in your class have a class monitor, class leader like that. Who is the class leader? So please give the name. Please enter the name in the chat box of your class leader. Please get the responsible to add me to your WhatsApp group. Right? Then I can upload some of the YouTube videos, notes for the WhatsApp groups also. Right. Then YouTube video up to now I give the link in the chat box here in Zoom account. Right. Please follow the YouTube video. Then you will learn how to create this student account. Right. However, I will show how to download the presentation. That in the student account there is a section left sidebar. In here you have three menus: post, folder, members. The same menu appear in the teacher account. Student accounts also appear in the same menu: post, folder, members. Click on the folder. Click on the folder. Folder is the place where you can find all the uploaded material. Right? On your student account, there is a section menu called folder in the left sidebar. Click on the folder. Folder is the place where you can find all the uploaded material. Right? In this case, in your class, already I uploaded some of the material. Right? It is you can find under week 4. Right? There is a subfolder called week 1. Sorry, week 1 communication system. Inside this folder, you can find all the uploaded material. Right? Here I click on the week 1 folder. Once you click week 1, there are 3 material you can find up to now. Here in this blue color icon indicate the presentation, data communication. What is the presentation we discussed today? Right? You can find this under data communication part. This is the presentation. Click here, then it will automatically download it on your computer. Right. Then I will hope to discuss this one also, paper discussion, some of the past paper questions there. Then some web reference. Right. After the lesson, you can go to this web and find some information here. Right. In that way, you can get the uploaded material by me. I think it is clear now to how to get the uploaded presentation to your computer. Right. Then again, remember to visit the YouTube video how to create the student account. Is in that video I explain whatever the things discussed now, right? Creating a student account, then how to download the materials, the things, all the things, necessary things I explained that video. Right, then, okay. Right, I think it is okay now. Again, remind you to add my name for your WhatsApp group there. Then I can share the videos and other types of things with you through the WhatsApp video also, WhatsApp group also. Right. I think it's okay. Move to now. I am going to start the remaining other section of the lesson. Right. We stop our lesson from this point. Look at the example again. Letter made as a message, then encoding, prepare the letter suitable, go through the channel, then factors consider when encoding, then go through the channel. Channel may be normal post, email, fax, or phone message. Then decoding. Before decoding, decoding mean letter should be prepared to understand to the receiver. Right? Before getting the letter to receiver, it should be decoded. When factors consider to decode, here you can see at the below. Right, okay, then that's the end of the communication process. We'll start the next part, computer communication. Write down the topic, computer communication. Right. When consider the computer communication, that normal communication, we know what is normal communication. The data or messages pass one location to another location. That the same thing you can do through the computers. That is called computer communication. But the terms are different. Right? The messages that normally we called as message, you should want to pass the messages. If it is a computer, that particular message become data. Right? If you consider a computer, the computer is passed data to another computer or set of computers. That is called computer communication. Right? Here, that first statement explain it, data transfer between two computers or set of computers is known as computer communication. Right. However, there are terms, lots of terms here we should learn. Right. Normally, data, the computer produced data known as digital data. Right. That already you know that earlier. Yes, you learned what is about computers. In that case, you learned the normally we know computer created or computer made data categorized as digital data. Why we say in digital? Why we called as digital, produced by the computer data? Because it understand only two states. Right? Computers can understand only two states, two things, either one or either one or zero. Only computers can understand one and zeros. Therefore, it is called digital data. Computer made digital data. Then we should know how this digital data travels from one location to another location. How this digital data travel. And before that, think about how your voice travel to the another location. Suppose face-to-face conversation between two people. Right? One is called by name from the other. Right? Then how that particular word going to the other person? Through air. That voice is traveled through air. In which form? The voice is traveled in which form? Signals, as a signals. Right. In likewise, if you want to traverse, if you want to send data from one location to another location, that means digital data sends in the form of signals. Signal means it's an electric field. Signal is a electric field. Right. Therefore, these signals, they are using these signals to carry data from one location to another location. Right. There are two types of signals. Normally, when we work with the computers, especially in data communication, we are referring to types of signals. That is analog signals and digital signal. We should have a small idea about these signals. Right. That's about the computer communication. Again, get idea about that. Data transfer between computers is known as computer communication. To transfer data, normally computer have digital data. The digital mean, we say digital because the computers can understand only ones and zeros. Therefore, computers made digital data. This digital data to travel, if you want to travel, this digital data from one location to another location in the form of signals. They are traveling in the form of signals. Right? A signal means electric field. Electric fields. Right. When we discuss about the signals, these signals, there are two types, analog and the digital signals. Right. That first write down the paragraph in this slide, then we'll move to the next one. Right. I will give 2 minutes to do that. Write down. Right. I think you are finished writing this one. Right. Okay. Then here we learn we need signals to travel data from one location to another location. Right. That normally, if we consider the two people conversation, right, they are also using signals to travel from one location to another. Right. Then voice. How? What is the signal used to voice travels? What the signal they are using? Normally, normal people use which signal to deliver their voice to other people? sound signals. The sound signals can be capable of going through air. Right? The sound signals, that's a feature of sound signal. It is capable of going through air. But digital signals are not capable of going through air. Right? That means computer-made signals, computer-made data or signals not possible to going through air. Then how computers-made signals deliver from one location to another location? Right? That we'll learn how to do that. Right? Okay. Then we'll move to the next slide. Types of signal. Write down the topic types of signal. First one, analog. Analog signals also we called as continuous waves. Continuous waves, right? They're smoothly going on, not breakdown in any places. That is why called continuous, continuously going, not break-ins, not breakdowns in betweens, right? Continuous wave signals that change with time period. It will change with the time. Right? Sometimes the height is very high, then very low, height and low. In that period, they are changing. Right? That you will understand it by looking at the diagram here. Then you will understand it how the waves are changing. Here, giving some examples. Continuous waves, so analog signals, the human voice, thermometers, analog phones, all of these are examples for generating analog signals. Right. Then here, the diagram for that, that's the signal form. It changes according to the time, sometimes high, sometimes low. That's like a sine wave, also known as sine wave. Right? There are many names for this analog part. We say analog or continuous or sine wave. Right. Okay, that's the feature of analog signals. Right. Write down this one. Draw the diagram also. Right. Okay, then I suppose you finish. Write down the note here. And then we'll move to the second type of signal, digital signals. Under digital signal, the digital signals, you can straight away, you can see the diagram there. Only we have two states, either 0 or 1. Right? That when consider the digital waves, they have only two states, either 0, it keep in 0 state sometimes, then immediately it jump to the 1 state. Then in the one state, it keeps sometimes in the one state, then immediately down to the 0. Right? Then again, it keep some time period in the 0 state, then again immediately go to the 1 state. That's the way travel digital signals from one location to another location. Right? Here it says a digital signal is a signal that is being used to represent data as sequence of discrete value. Discrete meaning that discrete mean two values immediately jump from one to another. Discrete mean that immediately jump over two states. That earlier one continues. That's the opposite of continuous is discrete. Right? Discrete mean immediately jump from one state to another state. No time differences between these jumps. Right? Therefore, digital signals considered as discrete value. Therefore, another name we suggest here, discrete signals. That's also okay. For earlier case, in the analog signals, we gave a name continuous signals. In the same way, digital signals we can identify it as discrete values or discrete signals. Right. Here they are given at any given time. It can take only 1 or 0. 1 or 0. These two states, the one state is 1, the second state is 0. Here giving some examples. All digital devices. Nowadays we can find digital devices. All these digital devices produce only digital signals. Right? Here they are giving some examples, computers, digital phone, digital pens, right? Whatever the name start with digital, these devices produce digital signals. Right? That's about digital signals. Now write down, no need to write down again, types of signal. That's the subtopic. Earlier we wrote that. Now write down digital signal. Under that, write down the statement given here and draw the diagram also. Right. I think you finish writing. Is it okay? Finish writing. Please respond. Right. Okay. Yeah, mostly use chat box to response. In addition to that, use your voice also. then I'm no, I don't know you are in the lesson or any other work. I want to know your attention also. Right? Therefore, I'm asking some questions. Then response. Now, okay, is it okay? Am I moving to the next slide? Okay, is it okay? Am I moving to the next one? Next slide.
Okay, sir.
Right. At least you response. Okay, yes, right. That small words. It is help for me to carry out this lesson. Right? Then I am confused sometimes that you are not responding. Right? I don't know you understand or even not understand. Right? Therefore, talk with me, discuss with me. Right? Small, you see, use the small words. So yes, no. Right. Okay, then move to the next one. Write down the topic data communication. Right? The data communication come in under computer communication. That actually that's not the two different things. Right? We are using computers to communicate. That is called data communication. Right? Through the computer, we are sending data. That is called data communication. Right? When consider the data communication, right? Here also they are saying travels between two digital devices are known as data communication. Travels between two digital devices. Right? It may be two computers or two smartphone or computer to smartphone or smartphone to computer. Right? Either computer to another server, server to server. Right? Like that, many digital devices, right, in the located in different places. Right? The travels, so delivering data between these devices, digital devices, called as data communication. Here, data communication is defined as exchange of data between two devices. Two devices via some form of transmission channel. Transmission channel. The data should travel through a transmission channel. That earlier when we discussed about the normal communication, right? That particular word channel, right? We identify the channel. Channel is used to travel. Channel is the medium to use to travel the data. Like that, where in the computer communication, when data communication, they are using transmission channel to traverse data from one location to another digital location. Right? That is called transmission channel. This transmission channel mostly a computer network system. Right? Therefore, the whatever the data you produce in your location, if you want to send it to the another location, that particular digital data go through a network system. That is called transmission channel. There are different type of network systems available. Then later we'll learn what are the types of networks available in the world. Right here, the commonly identified as a network system, that's the transmission channel. Right? Whatever the data you produce on your computer, that particular data, if you want to send to another location, you have to use a transmission channel. That means a network signals. Then again, say signals are used to carry data from one location to another location. Right. Okay. That's about that's the introduction, introducing about the data communication. Right. Write down the paragraph here. Right. Okay. Finish writing.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Okay. We'll move to the next slide. Data communication diagram. Right. From this diagram, you can identify the elements of data communication process. Then later you can compare this diagram with the normal communication diagram that earlier we draw. In this case, look at the diagram here. Left corner, you can see a workstation. That's actually source. We also known as source or sender. It is similar to sender of the normal communication. That is also known as workstation in the data communication or source. This source station may be a computer. It should be a digital device. Digital device means it may be a computer, a smartphone, or tab or server in any type of digital device. Right. That earlier I mentioned normally digital devices produce digital signals. Right. This workstation sends digital data to the air. Right. But the problem is this digital data are not capable of going through the air. Right. This particular station produce and send data to the air, but it not travel. It's not capable of traveling digital, not capable of traveling digital data through the air. It should convert into the analog. Right? Analog signals are capable of going through the air. Therefore, the signals you produce through the computer should convert into the analog signals. In this case, they are using a special device called modem. Special device called modem. Modem is used to convert digital data into analog. Right? That at the end, the same process should repeat again. That means analog signal should convert into the digital, because at the end also you can find a digital device. Right here, look at the diagram at the right side. You can see a large box there. That's called server. Server is also digital device. The servers can understand only digital signals. Therefore, the signals coming through the air, that means analog signals, should convert into the digital form. Again, at the end, they have to use another modem to convert in process. Therefore, we learn that we should want to use a modem to convert digital to analog or either analog to digital. This process is called as modulation. The equipment device used to this process is called as modem. The process is called modulation. Modulation mean convert digital to analog or analog to digital. The equipment or device used to do this process is called modem. Right. Then in this diagram, first workstation, then workstation produce digital signals. It sent to the air, but digital signals are not capable of going through air. It should convert into the analog. To convert in process, they are using a modem. Therefore, digital signals go through the modem and convert into analog signal. These analog signals should go through the network channel. Network channel. Right? Normally, the network channel is represented using this symbol. This network channel means type of a network. This network may be a local area network, a wide area network, or a radio broadcasting system, or microwave system, or Wi-Fi system, anything. Any network system you can find under network channel. Right. Then you will later learn more about these things. What are the types of network available? What are the features of there? Right. All of these things you will learn later. Now you understand these types of things available with the data communication system. Right. Then after going through the network channel, again it should go through a modem. because at the end another digital device. This digital device can understand only digital signals. Therefore, another modem you want to represent here through the modem, again convert to digital, then can understand by the server. This server, again giving some example, computer, smartphone, or tab a server. Right. In addition to that, in this diagram, you can see another specific word in yellow color. Protocol. Protocol. What can you think about? What can you say about this protocol mean? Protocol. Protocol mean actually, in short, we can say set of rules. Set of rules. Each and every devices in the system, network system, should follow same set of rules and regulation. That means suppose there is a set of rules followed by the workstation here, first one. The same set of rules and regulation you want to follow in the at the end station. Otherwise, the message not understand. Right? Why we need the protocol or set of rules? It need because there are different types of computers available in the network system. For example, in this workstation may be a Windows 10 operating system, but the server one is maybe a Linux. That means they are speaking two different languages. Right? They are built up in a two different system architecture. But whatever the signals, message produced by the workstation should understand by the server. This protocol, what doing the protocol is whatever the message produced by the workstation, convert into the understandable format by the server. Right? That's similar to that. For suppose, for example, suppose in the real life example, suppose two people meet together, but one is speaking English, the other one speaking French. The English speaking person do not know any other language. French speaking person do not know any other language, only French. Then how these two people communicate? Think about that. How these two people communicate? Actually, they have to use non-verbal system, body language. They are unique to each and every person in the world. Body language is unique. Right? That means unique rules. They are following unique rules that common for both people. The same rule applied to here. Right? We should want to introduce set of rules to the computers and the same set of rules to the other computers to follow the same mechanics. Right. I think it is clear for you. Is it clear? Is it clear, that point?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, then if it is okay, then you can draw this diagram. Put the topic data communication diagram, then draw this diagram. I will give 2 minutes to draw that. Right, I think you finished drawing this diagram. Here, the elements you can identify the data communication elements from this diagram. Those elements may be workstation, modem, network channel, server, and the protocol. Right, 5 different elements or components we need to establish a data communication system. Data communication system. Right. Then we'll move to the next slide. Here explaining the elements one by one. Workstation, the first element, also known as sender or source. Right? It is the device which generate the message or information or data. That's the first station, workstation in the data communication system. Then receiver. Receiver is the unit where accept or receive the data. Right? Whatever the data sent by the workstation, there should be a place to receive it. That is called receiver, or also known as destination. Destination is the place where receive the message. Right? Normally, this receiver or destination far distance from your location. It may be thousands of kilometers from your location. Then third one, network channel. Network channel is the medium that data transferred through. That's a type of network. It may be a broadcasting system or local area network. In that way, we should have a network system to traverse the data from source to destination. Right? Another important function happen in this network channel. What is that? It determines the data path. It determines the data path from source to destination. What's the best path available to traverse data from one location to another location? Right? In your point of view, only remember determine the data path. Right? No need to other things that when determine the data path, we should want to consider other factors also. Available alternative path, then cost and time, disturbances, all of the factors we should want to consider. But in this case, in your point of view, no need to remember that the other external facts. Only the things you want to remember. This network is very important to determine the suitable path from source to destination. Right. Then signals. Signals we are using to carry data from source to destination, that earlier we identified that learning. Then protocol. Protocol are the set of rules that should follow each and every devices in the network. Each and every devices in the network. Right. The need of protocol that I explained using a real life example also, the same thing happening within the computers, because when we consider the computers, each and every computers talk different languages. One is used Windows 10, another one is Linux, another one is Android version. And in that way, many operating systems having different computers, but all of devices should understand the same thing. Right? Android, whatever the message you send from the Android device should understand by the Windows. Right? To do how happening this is they are using the same set of rules in the Windows environment and the Android environment. That is called protocol. Protocol. Actually, protocol is a software. Right? I think you get clear idea about that. Write down this table. I give in 2 minutes to complete that. Write down on your books this table. Right, I think you finish, write down this table. Okay, finish it. Is it okay? Is it clear, the point up to now?
Clear, sir.
Okay. Okay, response, right? What I'm asking questions. When I'm asking question, then at least giving yes or no. Okay, that's helped me to conduct this, continue the lesson. Okay, then that's the end of this slide presentation here. Now we should go on to do some activities. The first one activity, and we should go on to discuss some past paper questions also. Right, first we'll do the activity. The activities is somewhat similar to the activity we did in the before break. Here again, I am giving a link for you. Click on the link, then you will move to get a screen. In the screen, please give your name and click OK. Then wait until start the activity. Right, all of you do activity together, not separately. Right, this one all of you are doing the activity together.
Right, Nathuva.
Right, all of you are doing this activity together. When I give in the link, please click on the link, then you will move to the screen, another screen. In this screen, they are asking your name. You can give a name there and click OK. Then wait until start the activity. Right. Yeah, this is the type of game actually. You giving the answers actually here multiple choice questions there. Only 20 seconds allowed to one question. If you are giving answers very quickly, then you will be the first. You will be the higher. Right? Finally at the end of the activity, I will show who is the first, who is the second in that way. Right. Then first I will send you the link here. Wait until I am giving the link. Right. Actually, in this activity, you will not find a link. Instead of that, you will find a game code, activity code. Right. Wait until prepare the activity. Right, here I am sending a web link here. I am sending a web link in the chat box. Please click on this web link. Right, here I now posted the link. 3 times I posted there. Please click on the link. Then they are asking a code. Once you click the link, then they are asking a code. Enter join code. Are you ready? Are you get the link?
Yes, sir, got the link.
Right, okay, thank you. Right, now I send the same way the code. Click on the link, then they are asking a join code. That particular join code I posted on the chat box. Right, Now type this join code in that particular link. In the place where they ask in the join code, in that place type the that number 424010. Okay, are you ready?
Ready, sir?
Okay. Now I am going to start the activity. I think most of you are ready for the activity.
Sir, here
Therefore,
do we want to type our name or attendance number?
name,
Number.
your name, your any name, your nickname, short name, type there. Do not type any long names there, right? Right. Then I'm going to start. Yes. I think you can see my screen also. Sometimes you don't see my screen because you are in another screen. 35 are ready, still not start. Still you are ready in 39, 40. Yes, 45. I think 73 people there. 70 students here. 47 are ready. 48. Yeah, 49. Right. Okay, then I think 49 of you are ready. Therefore, I am going to start the activity. And others can also play this later. I will send you the link, this activity link also. Then after playing this together, the later time you can play this activity alone through this link, right? The later I will send the link also. Right, okay, 50 students are ready now. Therefore, I'm going to start it. Only 5 questions there. Right, only 5 questions there. Click on the correct one. Click on the correct one. Hello. හරි ඇතුලේ කොලෙජ් එක ඇතුලේ නේද? කොලෙජ් එක ඇතුලේද? කොලෙජ් එක ඇතුලේද? හරි මැඩම් හරි. හරි. I think now finish playing the activity here. Now I am going to show who is the first, second, that list here. Right. Can you see my screen? Can you see this one? Can you see my screen here?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now you can see the list of who get the highest score. Here, Imalka Harshini is the getting the highest score. Actually, this point is depend on the time. All of you are giving the answer correctly. Most of you are giving the answers correctly, but the speed of giving the answer determine the points. Right? That time set 20 seconds for answers, but someone send in the answer in first second, then he will get the highest mark. In that way, Imalka Harshani, then Sevandi, Manoji, Virajini, like that. You can see your names there. Together, actually, this green color saying the correct average of your correct average. Yeah, 57 of you trying to do that. Okay. Some of you actually not correctly answers. Some of you very correctly answers. Right. Okay, I think that's okay. All of you, most of you did the activity and enjoyed it. Right. Okay. Then I'm going to stop this one. Right. That's the activity we did. Now I'm going to discuss some past paper questions. Whatever the things we are discussing up to now, they are testing also on your exam. Right? The past papers, the many questions we can found on your question papers. Right? Look at the question here. This question, question 1, 2019. This year is 2019 in your business system paper. They are asking what is communication? Allocate 3 marks for that. Then second question, what do you mean by channel? Right. Before showing the answers, what do you think about that? Take a piece of paper and try to write down in your own words by not looking at your notes. Right? When not looking at your notes, try to give an answer on yourself. What is communication? Right? In this case, we are not expecting long answers, only 3 or 4 lines. Write a good answer using 2 or 3 lines. Communication. Just you can say communication is not computer communication. They are asking just communication. Transferring messages from one people or set of people to another one people or set of people. That's enough. In that way, you can write down the answers. Your answer should have that meaning. Right? You can organize your words anyway. Right? You can organize your words in you like. Right? No need to giving the same answer in the note. What is communication? The communication is transfer data between one location to another location. Right? Then if you use the word location, then you want to specify what is location. Location means one people or set of people. Within bracket, you can say one people or set of people to another location. Again, within bracket, say one people or set of people. Then look at the answer here. I am giving 3 ways to write down this same question, answers for same question. Look at the first one. Communication is the sharing of information between different individuals. It includes the sharing of ideas, concept, imagination, behaviors, and written content. That's a very structured answer. I am also getting this answer from the internet, right? That's the structured answer. No need to giving that type of structured answer that earlier I explained. Just what you understand, write down it. Or second one, communication is simply defined as transfer of information from one place to another. That's also very simple. Very simple than the first one. We can remember it. Then another way, a process by which information is exchanged between individual through common system of symbols, signs, and behaviors. Signs or behaviors. That's also okay. Right? Okay, write down these answers. Right, I think finish writing this answers for this question. Then look at the second one. What do you mean by channel? Channel. What is mean by channel? 3 marks allocate. Can someone tell me what is channel? Can someone tell me what is channel? Channel is what? What is channel? Give idea about what is channel. That's a past paper question.
Transferring method.
What's that? Tell me again.
Transferring method.
Transferring method. Yes, that's also correct. Channel is the medium that used to transfer data. What are the example? Channel may be a written document or email or verbal. Right? In that way, if your answer define what is channel is a medium to use transfer data, and within brackets say some examples. Right? In that way, you can organize your answer. Right? Look at the answer here. They are giving 3 answers. The last one is the most structured one. First 2 are the simple answers. Whatever the answer here you are giving, you will get full marks, 3 marks. Right? That first answer says the communication channel is a type of media that used to transfer message from one person to another. Within bracket, say some examples. verbal, email, written in that way. Second one also similar answer. Communication channels refers to the medium, mean or method through which message is sent to its intended receiver. Right. Or the last one is the most structured one. In the basic communication process, a sender puts message in words and transmit it to receiver who interpret the message. The medium the sender choose transmit the message is called the communication channel. Right. That's also okay, but more structured. It's difficult to remember. No need to remember. What you understand, you can write down. Right. That's about the 2019 answer. You can write down this one. Then after I publish, once you created your Edmodo account, you can get this presentation. You can write down by looking at this presentation, these answers. Therefore, I move to the next question. This one, 2018, question number 1. Briefly describe 3 components of data communication. Now they are asking a question from data communication. Right? That later part, after the break, we discussed about data communication. We draw a diagram also. According to that diagram, if you remember, tell me what are the components. In the answer, you can see that. According to that diagram, source, network, channel, receiver. Those are the main 3 elements of the communication, data communication process, channel system. But in addition to that, there are another element I discussed. What is that? What was the device I discussed in addition to these 3? Can someone tell? What was the additional device I discussed in the data communication system? Source, okay. Sender, that's the place where generate the message. Network channel is the medium that message go through. It may be a network type of network within bracket, say LAN, WAN, like that. The receiver is the receiving the message, the unit that receive the message. That's also computer, smartphone. In addition to that, in the data communication process, you can find what? Modem. Modem is the device we are using to convert digital signals into analog or analog signals into digital. Right. In that way, you can answer the past papers questions also. This is the way asking questions on your exams. Right. I think it is enough for today. Remember the point I discussed early morning. We start with communication, then discuss about categories of communication, non-verbal, verbal, written, and visual. Then communication process, normal communication process. Then after that, we discuss about computer communication. Then after that, we discuss about. Yeah, please mute your mic. We can hear the external sounds. That's disturbed for our lesson. Therefore, please mute mic. Right. Okay. Then computer communication. Computer communication means the communication happen between the computers, data transfer between the computers. Then we identify the process of data communication. Right? We identify what is data communication, then data communication diagram, then elements of the data communication system. Right? Then we did some activities and we discuss past paper questions also. Right? Any questions regarding this lesson? I can give a few minutes to, if you want, you can discuss with me. Any questions? No? Right. Okay. Then if you have any question in later time, then you can send me through the Edmodo account. Right. Directly you can individually or commonly you can contact me through the Edmodo account. Right. Please follow the YouTube link. According to that instruction, try to create your student account. Right. Then after you create your student account, then you can find all the presentation we discussed up to now. Then my phone number I posted in the chat box. This is my phone number. Right. You can that earlier I mentioned, please add me your WhatsApp group if available. Then I can publish that particular YouTube link in the WhatsApp group also. Right, that's the phone number. I am available WhatsApp in this number. Right, okay. Then thank you very much for the participation. We'll meet next time, next Sunday, the same time.
Thank you, sir.